Hello humans, Toni and Alison here from BlueLion, bringing you another HR tip of the week.
Excellent.
What do we got today?
So, should I do an internet search on someone I'm going to offer a job to?
Well,
And legally, can I?
you know I love Google. I should buy stock in it, but I don't. Great question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say the answer is with caution.
Right. So legally, yes.
Yes.
Legally, yes.
Yeah.
But, like always, BlueLion suggests
Right.
wrap some bubble wrap around that one.
Yeah. There's a lot of risk there, okay? So depending on what state you're in, certain information that you find could open you up for major liability, right, and claims. So a great example of that is Massachusetts, for example, on an employee application, you can't ask a question of whether or not they have a conviction of a felony or a criminal background. You can run a background check, but you can't ask on the application. So I'm online, I'm Googling, Joe's Schmo, and all of a sudden
He done been arrested like
up comes a
6
photo.
times.
Yeah.
It looks like this.
Lots of pictures, not multiple photos maybe. That poses a risk for you, right? So if then all of a sudden you say, I'm not interviewing Joe, you've done the search, and then you shut him down. If let's say you do that consistently, you could absolutely be opening yourself up for a liability claim on discrimination.
Also, I
Huge
think
liability.
it's important to know that there's more than one Joe Schmo out there.
Oh, yes. So
what if I
many
don't find the right
times.
Joe Schmo?
Right.
How fair is that to the real Joe Schmo?
Right.
He didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
I think it's also important, too, to remember that as much as we'd like to believe everything on the internet is true, it's not.
No.
There is a bunch of stuff out there that is not true.
80%.
So
true.
making sure that you have viable information.
Yeah.
A lot of times it also depends on the position.
Yes.
So one of the reasons you would want to do a search is, let's say you're hiring for an outside salesperson. This person is going to be representing your business in the public's eye. People are going to be interacting with him. Your customers are interacting with him. Prospective clients are interacting. They can Google his name, her name. It's good for you to know in advance what's out there in case there is something negative that you don't want your brand behind. We've seen in the last few years several people that have lost positions, lost contracts due to things that they said in the public eye. So there are certain positions it is important to. Now, let's say I'm a manufacturing company and I'm hiring someone to work on the line inside, no outside facing. I run a background check. I run a drug check when I'm hiring. If I'm doing all of these screenings, there's nothing that I'm going to gain from doing that internet search. We strongly discourage it.
Yeah.
You don't want to have any bias when hiring your staff.
Right.
And that can definitely happen. So
Right.
another thing I will advise, because I've seen this happen in previous experiences, do not allow what you find to become topics of conversation in the workplace.
Yes.
So if you're in a small office and you Google someone and find things, it is not a time to invite everyone over to your computer. It doesn't speak very highly of yourself or the process. So making sure you are keeping it confidential.
No, that's such a great recommendation. The other thing too, a lot of people ask is, well, what if I'm looking them up not on Google? What if I'm looking them up on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter? There are legal boundaries that come with social media. We have a social media video that talks a little bit more about that. You can feel free to work with us and get more information. But I would say be careful with what's on social media. Social media is their own private representation, although I get it, it's public. I'm an outspoken person, if anyone who knows me. I'm out there, okay? But you do need to be careful because, again, depending on the position, how I feel about, brown shoes versus black shoes does not necessarily represent how I'm going to do as a customer service representative or as any other kind of position inside the organization. So being careful when we're looking at those things and realizing we have bias on certain things, right? I joke about a time where if I saw someone on social media had like 5,000 selfies, I was like, oh no, they can't work here. But it's true. It's like we can't help sometimes the things that we think. So by letting it come in a clean slate, letting them come and interview on their merit is really what the best solution is going to be for any organization.
So bottom line, dependent on the position, but always wrap it in caution tape on this one, folks.
Absolutely.
Proceed with great caution when doing internet searches on potential hires. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our videos so you can keep being smart.